One more map. One more map to separate these two teams. Blue Jays starting on the CT side. Juan Huyn on the T's. How's it going to go? Honestly, I don't know. Didn't think we'd get to this point with how Vertigo is playing out. But one win, they just don't want to say quit. And could this be their first pistol round, Alan? Could this be the moment they actually get it done?
But now you've said it. Probably not. But they picked a nice site. It's just Styles. One player in towards short, and Styles immediately gives ground. No frags found just yet. This has been an open bomb site. Red carpet laid out. Easy bomb plant.
How does he still get the kill? He was caught reloading. He was forced back off the angle. Somehow Stylus doesn't even take a bullet back in turn. Glowing couldn't connect with Glock. So at least a man advantage in the pose, but at least there is a bomb planted. 1-for-1 trade by the monster tunnel. That swing's dangerous, but Echo run down and it's falling apart here. Of course it is. The Blue Jays are ruthless with these pistols. This is actually, I think, one of the more successful pistol rounds for one win, and that's telling a story.
They also keep buying no kit or nades on this. They keep going 5 armor, especially on the CT side ones. I don't know, one win. They take the site. I think they knew a player was in short. They probably jawed him a little bit. Actually, no, they must have. I've seen him spamming the smoke. I don't know why they're not fighting into ABC, into that CT area, where the rotate would be. Where Stylus was backing off with more numbers. It's an easy trade. There's 2 there. And then you got a bit of map control. But they just kind of let themselves get absolutely surrounded. Hounded in. Caged up. And put to the torch. They've also converted every second round, I think, so far. Which is, of course, another big factor here. Blue Jays and economy glowing. Crept up close, CSGO. Just not checking towards the divider side. Pays the price, so put on notice here, our Blue Jays. And looks like Kixan is up towards A to lend a hand.
Monster Smoke is interesting here. It does... what's the bomb doing? What'd the bomb do? It's going to be a B play. 40 seconds. They're committing to this. They're giving away all the control they have towards A. Timely Molotov. Going to hold them at bay. A re-smoke monster as well. This is just going to be tough purely on the clock. Single flashbang to get through.
CSGo's just called. There's nobody here.
It's up A, though.
Yeah.
They know. They know. If the kill goes into Glowing, Glowing's in con, then you lose any construction pressure that you have. And there it is. So you don't have construction pressure. It's all just through. Styles gets one, but it should be the information. Everybody else is set up for the next. They're not aware of kicks in at the barrels. This round comfortably in control for the Blue Jays.
Couldn't really have gone any better after CSGaCaNito hits the deck. Staying aggressive, we're playing for information. As soon as we grab that info, all too easy. So beautiful start for Blue Jays. They'll be very happy. One win, of course, got Ecos. It's going to be 3 to the good. 3-0 start. And yeah, for Blue Jays, I'm sure they were a little disappointed, probably after Vertigo, that they couldn't get it near overtime, couldn't convert some of those close rounds. This will do a great deal to easing the minds.
CSGaCaNito. Oh, it's going to be a kit to find the first kill, actually. Thought CSGaCaNito was going to be first contact here. There is some risk from Travis in the bathrooms. He's just got a P250, and, well, he might be the last one alive, but what a shot. All right. Find one, get a gun. Maybe make things interesting. He's not going to bother to get the gun. The P250 is everything that he needs.
Oh. Thought he could find the head for a second, but not to be the case. Travis spots the Kixan in the sky, flying like a bird. Comes down like, I don't know, an albatross landing on something squidgy.
Albatrosses don't do a lot of landing. It's sort of their whole thing.
Oh, can they? They must have to fly a bit, right?
What do you mean?
We don't. They must land.
Yeah, I mean, yes. No, they don't reproduce in the sky.
No. But they can't stay in the air the whole time. They got to, rest those legs.
Sometimes. But they are, like, of any bird, the bird that stays aloft the longest, I believe. For the greatest percentage of its life. Whole thing is riding those sea breezes.
I was going to say, yeah. You need to find an energy source for that.
It's raw gumption. That's what they roll with.
Nades exchanged. Do have a re-smoke on Monster. Who's got one of those? Danny? Give us that. Be very nice. As again, we're leaving players aggressively here on A. CSGO into his toilets. CSGo's come over to help him out. It's a bit of a double long setup. CSGO actually pushes up close, thinking that having been this late and seen nothing,
This could be interesting.
maybe nobody's in the area.
Timing is everything here, right? Deco's holding for it for now, but he can't. He can't stay there. You gotta make your move. Bomb's been left fountain. I don't love that. Deco has responsibility for it, but if for whatever reason Deco loses this fight or gets timing, he won't, fortunately. That would have been the round. CSGoCaCaNito checked. Deco using his spidey sense for that one. Op's gonna find one. Comfortable for CSGoCaCaNito. No pressure really applied just yet towards either site. Bit of utility on towards A. I'm surprised this much of a rotation's coming through, considering Blue Jays haven't spotted anything. Danny's kind of alone here, but smoke is well timed. They're going to come through it. They have to come through it. They don't have flashbangs to come through it, and now they've lost their monster presence. So they're going to save. T-side save here for one win. Nothing doing. That is a disappointing round.
Unlucky. Time the greatest enemy. They're really struggling to clear out A, aren't they? And actually force these players back. And then they're just getting stalled out on B with the nades because it's so obvious where they're trying to come. It's not looking good for one win. They look really uncomfortable getting A control. They haven't chosen yet to throw in a set B round. And something has to change because this is starting to look scary.
Band damage through. It's another round where they just don't have that much util. So Lollipop's going to try and create something. Stuff is gone. A little peek down short. Everything. He gets a freebie. The trade. No, he'd come off. Danny does get the kill, but the cost of much health. This is not exactly ideal for the Blue Jays. So finally, perhaps an opportunity into this round. But Deco wants to press the advantage. Wants to try and take the space further and... This next engagement is critical for the round. Deco gets it. Costs us some health, but this is going to spread the Blue Jays defense thin. They're down a man. They're in a tough spot. If CSGoCaCaNito comes down lower, his Molotov could actually be the key piece. But for now, one win, know they've got time to play with, and they're going to let the clock drip away.
It's actually, yeah, it's already getting pretty low. Shame for Blue Jays that nobody's taking information because an A push 10 seconds ago could allow at least 2B with a fast flank. But the way we're heading, Danny, 19 HP. This would be quite the highlight.
It would be. From the toxic barrels. There he goes. There's one. Only one. Bomb confirmation, but I'm not even sure. Are the Blue Jays going to want to go for this? CSGoCaCaNito's got a flawless record to this point. Ooh, if he gets that shot through the box, it's a kill. But it doesn't land. It doesn't land, and with that, they'll back away. Keep the unblemished record. Keep the money in a good spot. Concede a round win. Over to the team that will soon be very aptly named.
You saying they're not going to get any more than one?
No, I'm saying in the next round, they'll have one win.
Okay, right.
I'm not that pessimistic. Come on now.
How many rounds are you going to give them? The map?
I have no clue. I've stopped trying to predict this, I think. I'm still leaning Blue Jays based on what we've seen so far. But I guess my concern with what we've seen from these teams is when both teams look like they're playing well, like playing for what they want to do, Blue Jays look better to me. I think Blue Jays are more decisive. I get a clearer picture for what Blue Jays want to do in rounds. I think they're playing off of each other really well. The problem is, what we saw there towards the end of Vertigo is they got very timid. They knew how important each individual round was, and it felt like it maybe got in their head. And that was a different Blue Jays from what we had on Mirage, what we had on much of Vertigo as well. And I think that's what allowed One Win back in. I haven't been inspired by the full picture from One Win yet. A lot of it's been about the individuals, and while the individuals are dang good, I don't know that that makes a game. CSGoCaNito gets traded. That's unfortunate. Was looking like a prime opportunity, but they didn't expect Glowing so close at hand. Lollipop finds one, might get more. Pressure is on. One Win, find the explosive play, and now with a man advantage, they're going to keep that pressure ratcheted up on the Blue Jays.
Starting to get very scrappy. B retake. Molly comes in. Smoke goes onto that from the T-side player. That's Lollipop. We're getting spammed heavily down. And look at this from the CD side. They said we're man down 3-on-4. We need to take a risk, and that risk is going to be the 3-man B stack, and they should commit to this through the round. Where's that bomb headed? Oh no, One Win. Of course, they could never know, but this is the lion's den.
So they're going to come through Monster. Is this a push? Oh, they're both making moves at the same time. 45 seconds. This is going to get weirder. How do they read the information? Lollipop's holding for this. But he's got responsibility for two. Timing going to be everything here. Lollipop, was the gun barrel just spotted? No, not yet. There's the clear. There's the kill. So numbers even. Now they have to defend from construction. It's going to be bodies in. Molotov onto CSGoCaNito. He's burning, but a smoke there to give him some cover. And that's going to be well rewarded. His teammates trusted him to get the kill. Now it's pressure on. Deco clears out Monster. Even in the numbers, health not good for Blue Jays. This fight is going to be brutal. Oh, CSGoCaNito is just going back to the plate. One after another, he gets the kill. Deco knows he needs to bring this in, and it's going to be CSGoCaNito in the clutch. Deco and CSGoCaNito. A 1v1, a duel. But there's
I didn't think he
time.
had it. Yeah.
Blue Jays win it on clock.
I didn't think he had it. It was very, very close, but it just ticked under 4 before he actually started planting. Oh my lord. That could have been a catastrophe pushing into short at that time. Somehow pull it off. CSGoCaNito with the entry. See here, I thought Deco had the spray down. So fortunate that second player isn't fully swung. But from one AWP to another, it's CSGoCaNito that's just been phenomenal. Yet to die, Mike. 10-0. It looked good on Vertigo, but this is something else.
This is something else indeed. And his 3 kills now around. I mean, it's the difference maker. This is an individual taking over the early game. Something they do dearly need as well. An explosive play to match the potential over on One Win. This setup could be rough. Flashbang does a catch? No, CSGoCaNito's actually pretty well set up for this. So now he's going to go peering in. That's going to be a kill found, and he lives. They're worried about the rundown from long. It's going to be tricky to stay out of this situation. A little bit of fumbles. The play in from Deco could be key. Timing is everything here. He's being held for it. And CSGoCaNito's going to find that. Smoke goes sub. Molotov pressuring, but CSGoCaNito, he's just so good. 3 more kills found in this round. And it's going to be clean. He will stay alive under pressure, feeling the fray. They're trying to hunt him down. They're trying to take that op out of his hands, and he just won't let them.
CSGoCaNito has as many kills as One Win. And no deaths.
Wow.
If that doesn't paint a picture, I'm not sure what will.
That's bonkers. And he's been the active participant, the key in every round. Catch a lob nade in this one. So maybe the immortal man is finally showing some blood. But it's just pistols to try and hunt him down. Minimal util, not a smoke available. It's all flashes, single Molotov. There's a flash. That's a good one. On the first, CSGoCaNito not going to hit a shot on the first. He's down. He's down. They've killed the unkillable man. CSGoCaNito needs to hold on. And he knows there's pressure on. Rotations are coming through, but he's too slow with the util. How is he staying alive? CSGoCaNito dancing with death. He has taken up the mantle of the Immortal. And it's going to be okay. So they finally kill CSGO, at least. But he's the only one.
Even that feels like a tremendous result. Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. We have felled this man. This beast. Whatever CSGO means. Is it really from first aid kit and you're just taking the first off?
I think so. Big Half-Life fan.
Right.
You know,
Makes sense.
Classic video game. I think that's it. He's here to help. And he's not going to help in this round. There we go. A clean opener for one win. Something that's eluded them for a long time. But Deco finally has the op in his hands. And he wants to show CSGO that it's not going to be easy street through this whole half.
Okay, Lollipop. So aware that they could go for all. Normally it's a flash play on the boost. But this time not to be the case. Danny tries to get a reply. Also clearing into that B short area and it doesn't work. This is a non-starter around. And whilst there is some cash in reserve, it would be dearly nice to hold on to both of these rifles. Stylez, I think it's time to just give it up and link up with your teammate. You're not holding this site alone.
He's got the same idea you do. Out of here. Considering the fact that it's 7-1. Maybe a conservative economic decision, but in 2v5, yeah. No need. So the money will stay good. It's his first round loss bonus. Not a lot to be gained.
Is this the first round Deco's alt?
Yes, I think so.
I think it has been, yeah. So first time he can actually go
Shoot
for
back.
a read on where CSGO's going to peak and punish, and he gets it right.
Having a nice little jump around here on the one win side. A little celebration going on. A little pogo competition. Testing out their exo boots. Is that what they were called? Jump boots from Portal.
I've never played that much Portal, so
You never played Portal?
you're asking the wrong person.
Have you never played that much of it, or have you never played it?
I certainly played it. I don't actually own it myself, but I have played it.
Buy it. It's one of those games you just gotta play through. $10 on Steam right now. It goes on sale in pretty much every Steam sale. So next Steam sale, buy Portal. Give it a
It's
whirl.
my challenge.
Phenomenal game.
Okay, 5-3 for one win. Travis
Okay.
gets the push. Danny's had no success coming off short in any of these rounds recently, and here we go, the committal behind it. They know they've got an entry frag, and Stylez feels like he's in a great deal of trouble. We need some utility to help him out. There is a flashbang, but the T flashbang is even better timed. That was a catastrophe.
Was that a T flashbang? There was no assist
I think
on it.
there was one each. And I think he turned as his popped into one of theirs.
That would make sense. An opportunity here. Kicks and lost. It's going to be another save. So this, I mean, this is reminiscent of how most of the halves have gone so far, right? Which is Blue Jays get off to a ripping start. Crazy start. Build up a huge bevy of rounds. And then one win start to adjust. Start to find the pace. Get the guns out. Get a little more comfortable. Take the fights. And here's where we start to see it crumble for the Blue Jays. It's exactly what happened on Vertigo, Alan.
I think there's been some simple rules here on Overpass. Don't peek CSGaCaNito. You will die. Put Deco where you think CSGaCaNito will peek. And end B. Because CSGaCaNito isn't there.
All built around the one man.
Obviously, that's an exaggeration, but you should kind of call like that if you're just getting absolutely monstered by one player. Especially the Orba. Here comes a pause. Imagine that's Blue Jays. Quick discussion. What's been going wrong, lads? What's been going wrong on B? Giving up every opening kill. We haven't even seen anyone on A for ages.
Well, we'll discuss it in this extra time. Blue Jays. How do we get that all back involved? Move AidKiT around. He went for the one peek and connector, and otherwise that hasn't worked out. Mostly he's been holding court towards A. I'm curious to see if they shift his position up. Maybe go for an aggro fountain peak, something along those lines. Try and get him involved early. Heavy presence. A, early. Imagine this is going to be a con fight. Molotov down to establish presence outside of fountain, and yeah, it's the connector fight. That's what they're going for. CacaNito will hold this presence. And the ult, meanwhile, stays up, so it's the two players con. Astralis nades thrown. Not going to fight a target, but look at CacaNito. Ooh, he's about to get an extra gun for his team. There it is. Travis take it out, and now they know the deep control's lost towards A. Might need to send Styles and Danny on walkabout to try and find those guns, but in the meantime, they're already actually going for the quick rotate. They just want to be on site at the right moment. And seeing the utility coming in towards B, this is the snappy response for one win. No one's going to be in a position to help this. Styles, does he get one? No. AidKiT, though, has been on the angle. That op posted. It's still in play. This kill in water, I think, is going to be huge. Lollipop comes up, and it's Kixon to achieve the victory there in that duel. So, Glowing and Deco down in the numbers. They got to do work. They're doing exactly that. Two rifles up, two healthy players. AidKiT. It had to be AidKiT and Deco in the clutch. It had to be this. This is the fight. This is the battle that we're going to be watching all map long. And AidKiT, he's just going to stick. He's just going to stick. And Deco doesn't realize, no, the jump pulled him off. He would have had it. He would have had the defuse. Gonna post on the angle. Gonna post on it. And there's the shot. Plenty of time. Plenty of time to bring it through. Nerves of Steel from AidKiT. And an 8th round found again off the strength of the AWP.
This man only deals in 3Ks. Seemingly, every time he hauls them for a round, comes from that. They see the triple nades early. That's an easy call to push and isolate that single A player. Gun recovered. And swarm around the B site for the retake. So, just as we start asking questions, just as Blue Jays themselves pause to discuss the economy, how do we adjust? They win one of the more unlikely rounds. And suddenly, what looked like destination recovery from one win, maybe it's fallen flat at the first hurdle.
Travis did get an opener here. He was a slow starter on Vertigo as well. But now, a couple kills. Okay, all right. Difference made. AidKiT dead. The demon of the server right now is done. That's a good situation, but Styles is still going to try and make this difficult here. One win. They're going for the D hit. Look at CacaNito. He's got aggressive on the flanks. He's going to have so much information off of this one. The utility here for the CT side, it's now all about slowing them down. And if CacaNito gets around this corner, that's the bomb. It's the bomb on Glowing. Glowing is not watching for this. He has no idea, but he's gotten the kill. That might embolden him in. Oh, he just slips the smoke as well. Where's the fade? He's going to find it. CacaNito, you got to pull the trigger. That drops the bomb, drops the C4 outside a monster. But the problem is his teammates can't hang on, so it's all about CacaNito. It has to just be the individual play, the individual man making it happen. He's brought down to the clutch. But without health, he'll have to reroute. He'll have to regroup. Deco trying to go for the rifle, trying to pick up his comrade's gun, and just in the nick of time, he gets that crosshair on. A 4th round for one win.
Pretty crazy one. I don't know where that entry comes from. Maybe they were boosting? Because that first kill on B was so early, and here in this 2-on-2, I don't know why CacaNito's teammates feel like he needs to push the Molotov. Just play time. He got bombed down at Monster. And just leaves CacaNito in a near impossible position. Money has fluctuated so much for this CT side. Even despite winning on the low buy. There's not much here to speak of. I think they've got to sacrifice this round for the next. As they pause here to discuss. One win. It's not looking amazing, but they're still in this series. They're still winning rounds. And of course, upper bracket final, leading into the grand final. They've made 2 on the trot. This would be their 3rd if they can pull off this comeback. And to get a 1-map advantage as well, that would be the icing on top. Blue Jays, meanwhile, have never even played in MDL into Premier into ECL.
Be a heck of a start. Already a heck of a start. Lollipop, artfully dodging the damage. Keeping himself away from that one gun. B has really been the focus in so many of these rounds, right? Part of it's been about slowing down CSGO. It's been effective. You just avoid him. You don't give him the same opportunities. Lollipop might be in trouble here. Here's the activation. The flashbang is good. That's a gun down. They'll eventually be able to retrieve that as well, but the answer for 1 win is to immediately take space.
Yeah, we normally
So
say
A control gained.
We normally say 4 and 4s are good for T's, but I don't think here. Give away the gun. No pressure on B. Surely we can get 3 players up before a committal comes in.
Tag. That takes CSGaKiT down low. Utility's gonna be here. The flashbang's good. The timing is everything, and they've got CSGaKiT with that to sight. With that to sight. Just one more pistol to deal with. These 2 guns have to save.
Bit of a disaster round. Of course, it was the Force. And for 1 win, they keep going. They keep going. It's been such a rough half. And yet they still make it up to 5. Following probably an eco around these rifles. And certainly chances for more. Players starting to warm up. Travis, glowing. Lollipop slowly whittling their way into the game. Wasn't a massive factor in this round, but Deco, still for me, is leading the charge. And yeah, they've cleaned up the Counter-Strike a lot. They're getting A control a lot better. They're getting towards bomb sites with numbers alive. Fairly simple stuff. Lollipop still allowed to make his plays, but when we get late, trading's good, utility's good. This is the 1 win we maybe weren't seeing for the first, say, 3, 4, 5 rounds.
I mean, I think it's been the story of a lot of their games, right? I'm admiring what they're doing in terms of adjusting on the fly. Because I don't know whether they have very established game plans going into series, but those haven't been working. Not against the Blue Jays, at least. They've been caught off in the early rounds by the Blue Jays. Map after map, it feels like. But the adjustment's been quick. The adjustment's been the key here. And once again, they've gotten themselves into a situation where already you're saying, I mean, this is a recoverable game. Even just with the 5 rounds. More is better, but Styles doesn't allow you to have more. There's only 2 rifles in this round, and Styles has just put the first to great effect.
How does he get 2? They must have just had no idea.
I think they were...
What are they looking at?
About it in a second, because there's other kills coming in. Styles is dead at the very least. The nade follows up. Danny's gone. Kixon has to be the key now. And they're going to make sure those guns are unretrievable. So this gets rough, and CAcaNito's going to try and do something a bit cheeky. So I think, as you see on the minimap right now, I think both players were turned to go for the swing for a construction player. Oh, was he spotted? He certainly was. There's the kill 1. There's the second. And okay, Travis will even make it clean.
I think Blue Jays are going to be a bit gutted not to get more out of that round.
Yeah.
5v3. And this is something I can assure you happens a lot when I was you see a lot when you're coaching is people get in this mindset because you're on like a weird buy or on an eco. You're at all times you're allowed to break the rules and go a bit aggressive. And they always forget that a 5-on-3, even if you've got USPs on a lot of your players, is such an advantage. It's so hard to clear those players, especially if you picked up any of the guns. And I think that's what happened. They just kept peeking. They didn't need to peek at all. They didn't even need to go for those guns. They were in such a strong spot.
It's a 2 and con right now. No one on the A side, and 1win have just gone silent.
Yeah, I think they actually made a step coming off the bench. Certainly,
whatever it is.
no now. But there's no
This is gonna be a
saving.
free
It's round
save.
15. You got to go for this retake.
Yeah. This is brutal. At least taking out Glowing. That gives them a chance to get into post-plant situations, but they've lost a con player, so it's going to be one-dimensional. It's going to be very one-dimensional. Got util. They don't have kits, Alan. They don't have kits. It'll take a full 10-second defuse. So you better get moving. Aid sailing over. Travis damaged up by that, but kicks in eliminated in turn. And, well, this is looking good for 1win. Not a lot of time remaining. Blue Jays are going to have to risk it. They have to challenge them. The flashbang dodged ably, and Travis holds the line. All just on to CSGO. He doesn't need to have the time to make this happen. What a final round to keep it close at the half. An 8-7? Where have I seen this before?
Maybe
Oh, that's right.
different timeline? Parallel
Every
universe?
game of this series so far.
Ah, yeah, that.
The script's been the same, right? Blue Jays out to a hot start in the half, and then one win come in with some adjustments, winds up super close, and then we get the halftime switch.
One win and winning this pistol round. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. They can't lose all of them.
I can.
That's not possible.
I believe in them. Flamey's dropped the dualies over the roll off in this one, and, well, not so much value. Overwhelm on the pillar player, and once again, it's looking like it's all Blue Jays on the pistol. Story of the game so far, and Deco
God damn.
left to cry in the corner and wonder how they just keep absolutely getting demolished on these.
I don't think they've actually... I'm not joking. I don't think there's been a pistol round where they've got more than, like, 2 kills. It seems every time there's 4 alive.
I think first half Mirage, maybe, but I don't remember. It's been a long time. But yes, they are getting absolutely dominated on the pistol fights. In a way that I don't think I've ever seen this one-sided of pistol rounds through a series. I've seen a team take all of the pistol rounds, but this isn't just winning the round. This is just destroying.
Smackdown.
If the Blue Jays played every round with the confidence they have on pistol, no one would ever win around a counter.
Why do they ever buy guns? Just
real question, real talk.
Just keep using Tech 9s or something. And they're going to keep up their perfect conversion record because one win have no interest in forcing. So, barring one of the most spectacular rounds you're ever going to see, Blue Jays going to make it up to 10 and have 6 perfect starts to halves in a series. They also need to win. They also need to win if they do pull the... They need to win. You can't win 6 pistols and not win the series.
It would be pretty embarrassing. 6 pistols, 6 clean conversions, drop the series. That'd be astounding.
I think Eternal Fire won 6 against Ents, and I think they got once lost the Force in the following. I think that was on the last map.
Well, there is a kill here. It gets you a MAC 10. Don't know that that's going to make a lot of difference. Are one actually going to save the MAC 10? Or are they just going to try and isolate this fight with AidKit now? They want the fight with AidKit. AK is worth saving, certainly. See if they can get it. Oh, I love the motion here. Offset his aim, and there you go. Okay. AidKit. Dropping at a critical juncture here. That's going to be an AK, potentially brought into the next round, unless CSGOCaNito has something to say about it. And he does. He says no.
Still 2 frags. Nothing to scoff at. And the buy to follow.
Most importantly as well, they remind AidKit that he's mortal early here. We don't want a first half situation brewing.
True. True. I wait to see the AWP though in play for him. And Deco's still having a monster game. It's just she's having to do so much work, so much lifting. His back is hurting. He's got the lactic acid.
Might need some stretching. Yoga. Get one of those massage rollers.
I almost bought one of those ones.
The massage rollers?
Yeah.
They're pretty nice.
Because like by the back of my neck always, you know, gets a bit tense. I thought maybe I could buy one of these.
I've got like this giant foam roller that you put on the ground for your back. Pretty great.
How often do you use it?
When my back hurts. Which, it just depends. When I'm sitting for extended periods of time, like I have been this week for playoffs, I'll probably be breaking it out towards the end of the week.
Why didn't you mount a monitor so that it can face the ground from up above?
And then I can sit on the foam roller.
Configure the mic. Yes,
lay
yes.
on the floor.
You have to wear like one of the Sennheiser headsets or something. And then you could back roll your back out as you cast.
I don't know that that would be great for the diaphragm. Stylies is going to add something else that's not great for the diaphragm. Bullets. Trades there, though. Oh, Stylies. There's a swing back in. Damage done. Kills coming in. And Danny takes 2. With that, this becomes a very tough hole. Deco, though, He's been a god for this team. He's been a hero for this squad so many times, and they're actually going to rotate to A. CSGO's got this full control. They're going to send the bomb around. CSGO has all the space in the world. 15 seconds. He's going to have to sprint this, but he does have enough time, I believe. Yeah. Don't get caught on geography, but it's all good. 2 whole seconds to spare, Alan. I wasn't worried. Were you worried?
Never worried. Blue Jays are the homies. We go way back to PCW Finder or Prac.com. We did used to scrim them a lot, actually. They are teams like this and Bad News Eagles, and they're still called Blink, and a lot of these squads just play absolutely mental amounts of Counter-Strike, like Gambit youngsters would have back in the day, or the team that is now Outsiders as they came up through the ranks. This with a Vanguard as the org. Entropic as well, when they were playing for Windstrike, they just play 8 scrims a day, every day, 7 days a week, 350 plus days a year. It's bonkers.
Well, I think you've seen with a lot of teams, players talk about it. You know, a lot of it is just hours put in terms of refining team play, refining gameplay, keeping your mechanics on point. When we see a team just go into the lab and play insane amounts of CS, it does tend to produce great results. The trouble is just eventually, well, it's not a great lifestyle to maintain.
No, and even in the there's been very, very few top teams that play flat out for more than a month. Even hearing the teams that are playing a Pro League into the RMR, they were saying their heads are in the wrong places. They just played so much Counter-Strike over a 4 or 5 week period that it dents them going into the major qualifier, which is not ideal. And 1 win here have been dented as well. 2 down for the count.
Dented, eh? Travis has shown the 1 rifle, so that might just funnel them in towards B. Should have a decent idea that there's not much beyond this M4. On they go. Okay, glowing. Add some intrigue. Less intrigue. Travis has lost the rifle as well. 40 seconds still, and just lollipop. Just lollipop. Just lollipop. Just lollipop. All good.
Beautiful. Alrighty. Guns out for the boys. Aid kit. What was it? 13-0 at the start of the first half. He's obviously not going to achieve quite the same heroics, but he's still looking formidable here. And of course, Flamey's stat line is since the half, so don't worry about that too much. But outside of Deco, there is definitely a place for someone else to join and help out. He needs someone else.
That's a good nade. All right. Danny, touchdown and a half. It's completely unconfirmed damage. Now the utility's going to start to come the other way. And the monster explode. The flashbangs are good. Goodbye, Lollipop. Flamey, an answer. Numbers will stay even. Glowing, making it a little bit better. They've got the numbers on. They're ready for this fight, and the Molotov is going to keep them sectioned off for the moment. Blue Jays tried to go for straightforward play, and, well, it's not quite yielding results just yet. Minute 10, they could just reset, and it seems like they might be. They're backing away, but this is going to be so much information for 1 win. They've got so much space here in construction. And by the time this is adjusted towards A, there should be plenty of time for the rotates.
Travis readjusting. Deco just having a peek around for now. Is Travis? Ooh, the timing here could be terrible for him. Just gets around the corner. Flamey's up on A as well. Deco's nearby. You can just feel the noose tightening. They're absolutely surrounded. The only way into this is by a massive piece of fortunate timing onto these A players.
All right, aid kit. That's a huge kill to find. Now the only player who's close. But could be Deco actually on the flank. They need to get this bomb down before Deco gets around the angle. They've done so. They've done so. That's so important. Deco could have ruined this whole round. Big kill, controls, bank. There's the second as well. And at this point, Deco could just be considering the save. A quick shot, but that's not on, and so he isn't either. 13 rounds on the board for Blue Jays. They keep the strong half start going.
Wow. 3v4 and don't lose a single player. They do such a good job to recognize that there was no reason there to ever give up a noise cue. You're just going to allow an early rotation, and they get so far up. I think it was Travis who peeked out from long. And no clue, and
oh no.
Deco similarly has no idea of players in playground. This is a catastrophe. With a saved AWP, I think they buy actually. Deco could have dropped a rifle, but that's not an option now. You can see here's Travis, just blindsided, aggressive, decisive play in the afterplant. This is some of the best CS I've ever seen this Blue Jays team play. This is really great on Overpass.
Speaking of really great, CSGO, 23 and 8. Been a big piece of why it's working so well on Blue Jays. I mean, the thing is, so the first half, it was CSGO individually delivering rounds, right? And he's still, without a doubt, the best performer. But it feels like it's the big picture that's winning Blue Jays the engagements, as opposed to just CSGO going ham. And that's the best place to be in on a team, where the calls are working, the systems are working, the protocols are working, and also CSGO is killing everybody.
Yeah, kind of ideal. Just the half buy here for one win as they ponder what to do when the guns are out in the next. Nade is... How does that done nothing?
I don't know.
How has that actually done no damage?
I have no clue. Glowing doesn't know either. I bet right now he's calling to his teammates. Oh, they've got to be lit. I must have done so much damage with that HE.
Body shot with the D, guys. I genuinely don't know where that nade went.
I don't know. Into oblivion. Maybe he was too high in altitude. That is the bluest of blue nades. Azure was that nade. Blue is the ocean.
Okay.
There's a word for you.
Is that a color or is it?
Yeah, it's a shade of blue.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I don't buy paint enough.
Azure. It's like the ocean. Stack up, dealt with. Lollipop's gonna find one. What? That might just be all they get. I can't even get his hands on the rifle. The water obscures it. He wants this AK. But he knows it might be a trap.
Well, like at least the AK is a little bit of a prize. But up against 14, Blue Jays money looks good. Confidence is riding high. This T side is being called decisively and aggressively. And you remember that on, what was it, T side Vertigo? That was where they were making the mistakes. That was where it was too passive, too slow. We're not taking opportunities. And this T side looks very different. And that's why I have so much confidence now and then to close this out.
It's not going to take much. You're right on the precipice. This is the tipping point. This is the last round for one win. It's all going into this. Every fiber there being is being poured into this buy. Do or die time. Flamey's gone missing here again. He was so good through the first two rounds of the playoffs. A huge piece of propelling one win forward. And in this series, been back to the Flame we've come to expect in this roster. The Travis we've come to expect in this round is dead because he got run down. Good flashbang, good utility usage, decisive take of connector, and now the middle of the map is fully under the control of the Blue Jays.
Where was a take like that on Vertigo when they needed it? Wow, what a different game. Totally different team. So many options here on Overpass, and they're so comfortable. Glowing. Cheeky angle. But CSGaCaNito looks set to not cross that line. Creeps his way forward, but should know better than to wide peek out. I think he's just going to clear the toilets.
Glowing finds the timing. CSGaCaNito did want to clear the toilets, but Glowing was not interested in allowing him the space. Good nade on the Flamey. CSGO with this positioning. He's actually bringing the bomb over, which is interesting.
We've got a lurk on both sides.
Yeah. I don't know how they play this out, actually. Bomb's going to head back towards B. I guess the idea is that either of them could get a kill and then just send the CT side into disarray. Utility sailed over. Do they have any idea of players by the storm drain? That's a big kill on CSGO. That's going to make the rotation much more comfortable here. Sailese, he spotted the first. Neither side can get the kill, but it's Flamey for the execution. He steps up, but Danny will keep this round in doubt. It's a 1v4. 2 kills already found. Chance for the bomb plant. That'll be allowed. So at least the economy will stay thriving. Molotov in should make him uncomfortable. If he can find another kill here, that'd be massive to begin with. Knows he can't reload. 1 bullet. And he won't even get a chance to pull the trigger. So a defuse on for 1 win. A chance to stay fighting here, but it's far from comfortable.
Well, of course, in that round, 2 separate players that are lurked up in strong positions. I don't mind how they called it. Just to hit B and let the A player work. Maybe they could have gone a little bit slower. Maybe CSGO could wait another second before peeking, but overall, it looked pretty good. They just can't win the fight, so those players lurked out. Get caught a tad. But the idea was strong. They've still got money. They're still getting aggressive, finding openings. The CS is good. So no need to panic. Whilst on the flip side, we got to see a little bit more. Deco, I feel like he's been on 16 frags for actually quite a few rounds. CT side, of course, is Overpass playground, and we expect Deco to be an absolute force on the server.
Deco, oh, doesn't quite get the kill. Advantage, though, in terms of damage majorly, and I don't know that CSGO's getting away from this. I should bring a second player in to try and help him out. That's SaidKiT, but Travis is so close up. He spotted an elbow. And, oh, no, Travis! He was so focused, he thought he'd get the AWPer, but somehow that baits him and distracts long enough for CSGO to strike. How does that exchange result in an advantage for Blue Jays? How does that happen, Alan?
Luck. Brilliance. Whatever the result, I guarantee you there's a big dent in Travis's desk where his hand has landed. He will be so frustrated.
If I were in the server.
Would you have flipped the whole desk after that death?
Thereabouts. My desk is pretty solid. I mean, I could flip this, but it would take a lot of effort. And would be very expensive. Because of my monitors. Goodbye, Mike. Goodbye, Mike. Hello, Flamey and Lollipop. Okay, they had so much space towards A, but Blue Jays have been so hesitant to actually capitalize on this ground. And now with 10 seconds,
save.
This is a T-side save. This is reminiscent of Vertigo now, Alan, where they were so decisive for so very long. And then at the critical juncture, the weight of the series on them, Blue Jays start to get a little timid.
Do indeed. It's a little bit, yeah, I don't know what's up there with the spacing and going for flashes. Maybe they just didn't think there was somebody right side monster, but they learned that lesson the hard way. But yes, I think if you're a team in Blue Jays' position and, you know, you're a bit scared to default, you're getting a bit slow, then why not up the ante with set rounds? Why not go for B-pops? Why not just try and force something out? See how it continues to develop. But the entry frags, they keep rolling in their direction. It's just these mid and late round calls where they have to amp it up.
Again, a major pause taken in the round. Blue Jays expecting a response, expecting some sort of play back in, but knowing how the tempo of play is gone, I don't blame 1win for sitting on their haunches here. Forcing Blue Jays to make the next maneuver. Glowing's got a bit of info. Could be false info as he pulls off the angle right as they move in. Timing is rough here. And the checkout towards long. This could be his death. This could be his death. No, it works. A tag on CSGO, unable to get the critical frag though. If this just propels Blue Jays into the site, they'd still have the space, but they're rotating. They're rotating, and now they've lost CSGaCaNito. And again, this timid play onto the periphery. Is this going to turn into another T-side save? It looks like it. What are they... They just need to hit at some point. They just need to do something. They're going towards B. They are committing. Okay, they're back on. Flamey, though. Flamey and Deco here in defense, and Deco gets the first. That drops the bomb. I might just end the round, and it's Flamey to do so.
Wow. No surprises to your pause. This would look like a sure thing to now being called much in question. Deco as well, really starting to warm up into this one. And again, Blue Jays, they're getting entries, they're getting space. It's just falling apart catastrophically. Akin to what we saw on Vertigo at the end. At least here they got more of a buffer. Do they choose to buy? Danny's bought an AK, but... Oh, okay, really? Okay, full investment. Game on.
Game on. Indeed. CSGaCaNito's keeping money to get an op in the future. Maybe?
Yeah, I think
more
so.
investment is coming through. Still just going to be on the P250, though. Surely this just turns into a fast hit. This has to be a fast hit. This has to be a fast hit. Utility sailing in. They've got all the bodies here. Counter nades come out, but they haven't quite just gone in. It's not a full-on rush. It's just rush-esque. And here they go. Second salvo in. Players are in position. They're coming through the angles. And in they move towards the bomb site. Who's going to get the first exchanges? Nades not actually that effective here. They are being dumped. This will stymie it. 4 players are on for 1 win. Heavy presence here on the B site in defense now. And the flashbangs aren't pulling their focus. It's going to be planted right under their noses. Lollipop might come in for one. She's found the first and the second as well. That bomb's ticking away, but Lollipop and Travis, they're doing the damage. They're fighting the fight. And one after another, the Blue Jays players are falling. CSGaCaNito's the only rifle remaining. CSGaCaNito, what can he even do with a P250? Apparently a lot. That shot's missed. Oh, at great cost. CSGaCaNito down to the clutch. He might just do it here. Travis playing off the bomb. Gonna go for this pick, but CSGaCaNito will secure that point. A P250, a rifle, a dream, and 1 missed op shot at the critical moment. And we might be seeing this one done.
CSGaCaNito just got a P250 kill on about 20 health. Trapped in monster. Wow. That's one way to get this series over the line. I thought they were dead to rights. There was no way they could win that after plant. And given how the last few gun rounds have gone, maybe they needed a little bit of luck, a little bit of magic. And that magic is CSGaCaNito. He wants that grand final spot. He wants that map advantage. But Deco has other ideas.
Deco's been the guy to step up with the most. They need it most. Flamey gets a secondary. Wake. Wow, and here we go. All right, completely dismantled on this one. Blue Jays. It took the last one by the slimmest of margins. This time it's a non-starter. And all this positioning towards Fountain, all this control. It's been quite the stabilizing round for 1 win to take. What? Okay, Travis, not gonna add that to the Deagle highlights. No harm, no foul just yet. Now some harm and foul are being put into this.
This is round on.
Uh-oh.
Oh my lord.
Oh no. He's away. It's into a 2v2. There's still 50 seconds. There's so much time to play. It was a 5v2.
What are you doing, one win?
Hurtling out of control.
It's what I was saying earlier about being on low buys and weird buys and making strange moves because you think you have to. You don't. That was round over, and now there's a window.
30 seconds. If they get this kill on Lollipop, I mean, there's no one else towards this side of the map. Oh, Lollipop. That might just do it. That might just do it. CSGaCaNito wasn't grouped up with his teammate. 20 seconds. He has to sprint this, and he knows it. Bomb will be retrieved. He's fully hurt. That'll bring the rotation back up. Lollipop's just tucked into the corner. I doubt CSGaCaNito reads this. Utility sailing out. He's even pulling back into the save. It'll be dropped And that's the round. Back and forth. This one goes like a yo-yo, but Lollipop just saved their bacon.
Look at this. Second kill's an assassination. That triggers B players to go overzealous, and thank God for Lollipop. That would have been a soul-destroying way to lose. But this gave it off. 4 Glocks in play, just the Deagle. Finally a chance just to breathe for one win. After what has been an unrelenting T-side out of Blue Jays since the swap. And yes, Blue Jays, grand final, 1 map advantage. I like the sound of that.
Just saw that Deagle disappear in front of him. Oh my God.
No.
Oh.
No.
My God.
No.
Not this round. Not this round. A second gun picked up. Not like this. So much space. CSGoCaNito knows he's got the red carpet rolled out, and he's just going in. They need to be behind him. Why are they hesitating? They're waiting for the rotation, and that's going to allow Glowing to get a kill back. Blue Jays stumbling again, maybe at the critical juncture, but this is now chaos incarnate.
Oh, no.
And Glowing can win this. He's got the player isolated. He's got the kill. There are more twists in this than a soap opera. Danny's gonna get the bomb. Oh, he has to take the vault off. He knows it. He's got the bomb. The Glock can't do it. And now CSGoCaNito says, all right, no op for you. No op for you. Let's see what I can do with the pistol. What a disaster. What an absolute shame, considering the work that he's done. Considering how much he got out of this round with a Glock and no armor.
One end to this series. What an end. I can't believe it. That moment.
It's such a
Why
good play.
not sprint?
I don't understand what they thought they saw that would make them think a player would beat them to A.
I mean, maybe somebody's there, but that's your only advantage. Even if you don't plant, you get up close and get ready. And then let the ult play. But they just did not.
And now 2 kills go back against them. CSGoCaNito's about to be the next.
God.
He's knife out sprinting into angles. That is literally an angle someone was playing last round. Blue Jays. They just don't seem to have it in them to put this away.
Has to be mentioned that Blue Jays don't play a lot of the top competitions. They haven't had the best results. They're already pretty much guaranteed their best result for a long time in this tournament. Imagine for them the pressure of being this close to a grand final. Great chance of a conference spot. Maybe that's what's getting the better of them, because they've gone so flat since getting near match point. Even getting match point, that came off a brilliant clutch. Not a team effort.
No. They're going to save. For 40 seconds, they're going to save. And that means that instead of having 1 eco... Oh.
I actually think they should go in and die.
I think so too. Because otherwise, you're not gonna have another clean round. You're not gonna have a full gun round.
You have to get a plant, and yeah, you're not playing for economic damage. This isn't like normal regulation anymore. This is golden goal, and they are gonna save. Wow, and they can't even get more utility on them really. Stylus can get a smoke. And now he's left his team with an impossible choice. Are you gonna force?
They'll take the time out to talk it through. But this is feeling tense. And for 1 win, they know they just need 2 more rounds. They have to know the T-side economy is super weird right now as well, which will embolden them.
Remember as well, Remember as well, because of the other upsets earlier in the playoffs, falling to the lower bracket, you're likely to meet, let's be blunt, a better team than either of these in the lower bracket final. You get to dodge that and get a map advantage if you win this. For both of these teams, this, you know what I mean? If you're playing a Bad News Eagles that's in shape, you probably lose in an even series. So your only chance will be getting that first map for free. This is massive.
This was 14-8, Alan.
Christ.
14-8. 15-11. Actually, 15-10, I think. And so many moments. So many moments where the killing blow could have been dealt. But they just need one round. There's some utility on the remaining players put in to maybe set up these guns. Look, we've seen them make broken buys work before, and maybe not expecting it to work here. Take some of the pressure off. Pacing towards connector. There's no one really towards A, but we've never really seen the Blue Jays actually take the space given to them on this side of the map. Even when they find the initial four-way, even when they find the picks, they hesitate.
You can see the read here from one win. They were expecting a set B round on a half buy, or something of the sorts. Don't blame them, but it is time for Deco to get over and help out his teammate. As his mid control comes through, bit of a smoke boost to clear the right hand side just in case there's an AWPer in the vicinity. So space taken. All eggs in the A basket, clearly as we can see, as they throw a miss smoke. That's meant to land more in the open and let you creep up banana without being seen by the AWPer.
Stakes incredibly treacherous.
We got one flashbang left.
That's heard. That's heard by Travis. That's going to float the third player up. Having heard the tick in the Molotov, he knows that presence is here. So Lollipop comes up to support. Here is the push coming to shove. Travis dealt with. Deco still on the angle. Lollipop dropped. Okay, there's a chance here. This round is on. Deco has to get this. He doesn't. He doesn't. The bomb plant's coming in. They've got angles on the jump block. Dumpster. Flamey traded out. And that's going to be it. Blue Jays are in the grand final of ESL Challenger League Season 42. A broken buy, a haggard buy, and just enough energy left to push them over the line.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, we're not going to beat around the bush. Those last few rounds were pretty dire in terms of the Counter-Strike, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.